Hey everyone, it's Alisha here at Cosmic Gateway. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video. I've been meaning to for weeks now, and there's just been so much happening that I can barely keep up. So I thought I'd take this opportunity now to do something a little bit different. So you're joining me on my afternoon walk with Parky P here in one of my favorite spots. And I thought I would give a little bit of an update of all the monumental things that are happening. I mean, July has been astronomically huge and things are accelerating. It was like, where do I start? Okay, so first of all, I had a lot of consecutive dreams earlier in the month. One of the first dreams I had was really powerful. It was very vivid and it was very tangible. There was a gold and copper energy that was coming in like this beautiful artwork piece. And as it was coming in, I got all excited. It was kind of, you could liken it to like a solar flash, but it wasn't that. It was it was like it had tangibility. It wasn't just an energy. It was coming in and it was landing. And in the dream, this wasn't just a potentiality. It was happening. And I remember in the dream saying what this is going to do is it's actually going to bring back a realignment. It's going to bring things back into harmony, but it's going to look different for everyone. For some people, it's going to be the relief of what they've been working so hard towards. Finally, like the invisible blockages shifting and things just reorienting themselves in the correct position. And for others, it's going to feel perhaps a little uncomfortable, a little uncertain, a little unstable. It might shake things up. It might bring things that we haven't dealt with to the forefront. It wants action. It wants action. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't even realize we clicked into Leo season and there have been lions absolutely everywhere. The feline beings are off the charts, but I can feel that inner roar. Like there's this real surging recoding of a renewal of a masculine energy that is needed on this planet for so long I almost want to say to get the job done, to get things into completion. So with this dream, it was so clear to me, like this was kind of coming in, and if I tune into it, I feel like what I've been saying is we're at the halfway mark. June, July, August was going to be the biggest catalytic change energy, and it's moving, it's accelerating everything. So as we're moving through this, we're being asked to step up. This is not a time for complacency. This is a time for reclaiming our power, standing in our strength, standing in our authenticity, and like living our highest potential truth in whatever way that means, whatever form that takes. And that's gonna push us out of our comfort zones, our comfort levels. I've been feeling it. I'm curious to know if you've been feeling it too in your own way. We're being asked to become more of ourselves, our true organic self. And that's this energy that's coming in, that's restoring balance and realigning everything in its organic expression, its correct version of reality, if you will. I keep seeing this image of all these black energetic cords of these energetic overlays of distorted reality and interference and all the things that have been kind of our challenges, our initiations, our greatest frustrations. They're all getting released really, really rapidly right now. So you might find that reality is like getting really, really strange. Like I had a week ago where my GPS, actually I've had this several times, when my GPS's, I looked at it and my destination, let's say, is in 10 minutes, and then I look again without, not taking a wrong turn, but then I look again and it's like 26 minutes. This last one I had, I was gonna be an hour late because it kept rerouting me. And it was interesting because it was showing that I was offline, but I was actually on a call and not a phone call on a WhatsApp, like I was using the internet. And so I was getting really frustrated because I just wanted to get to my destination, which the place or the destination itself is like quite a higher frequency place. But it was like this invisible barrier layer of version of reality. And all of a sudden I went through this checkpoint, and as I passed through it, I literally saw reality shift in front of my eyes. And in that moment, I looked back at my clock and time jumped back 40 minutes. So all of a sudden I was back, and there's a big metaphor in that, isn't it? All of a sudden I was back almost, to be completely on time, where what it was showing before when I was feeling frustrated, I was literally looping. It was taking me on these loops. When I broke out of the loop, everything corrected itself. And I feel like that's what we're living through right now. There's critical timings to everything. So as we're moving out of these distorted overlays, the organic reality sits underneath it all. So we're just peeling back these layers. But in order to do that, we have to do the inner work, in the sense that we have to be able to put into action what is the most important thing for me to do that. What is my highest calling? How can I get in better alignment? How can I take care of myself? How can I have better relationships? How can I be more authentic with my truth? It's really being honest with ourselves and then taking action. And I feel like the more of us that do that in our own life, and the quicker we can shift this collective. And that's why it's so important, because we have such a great window of opportunity. What I've been witnessing happening in the field is beyond powerful. And it's kind of like we're here. And we've been here several times before. And each time there's been overlays that have come in. And then we've gone back down these inorganic timelines. So it's like, that's why we have to be really diligent and really focus on being conscious and in the body at all times. If we can be conscious and in the body and working on our embodiment and our creation, our purpose, focusing forward, allowing whatever's rising up from the past to dissolve and let go, not getting reeled in, because a lot of people, like I've noticed, is every time the organic timeline or reality presents itself, there's people who create a lot of static in the field, and it's almost intentional. Well, I think it is intentional, not almost, it's very intentional, to kind of draw you back into the drama, to draw you back into the chaos, the confusion. It's trying to take your energy and pull it back into those timelines. Your energy and consciousness is the most precious thing that you can have. Make sure you're using it wisely and diligently. So so this energy is coming in. I had that dream. Second dream I had, I saw the masculine energy template being absolutely purified. Just water and purification just cascading through. I've had like non-stop dream space energy clearing around the Counterpart Collective. And earlier this night, I don't know about you, but the body's been really supercharged, in the sense that like lots of clearing, sinus, heat, deep transformation happening on a cellular level. As we're healing these, we're literally removing the inorganic overlays of reality out of our body. Our body's changing, and it's going through a metamorphosis. So, oh goodness. one of the other dreams I had this week was working in the Counterpart Collective. I was removing the inflamed strands and recoding it with anti-inflammatory properties. It's really funny because it's a mirror, right? I've had a lot of inflammation in the body, a lot of burning off of old code and old timeline. And so I just think it's a bit of a micro macro. It's happening simultaneously. Now, what is transpiring through this, or what I witnessed last weekend, is myself and so many other people are doing such profound energy collective grid work, and it's all interconnected, it's interwoven. We're all doing our own part, but it connects to a greater whole, and I feel very privileged to know that. And I feel very it feels very overwhelming to see the monumental enormity of what is taking place and what is transpiring. So I just want to acknowledge all those people that are actively participating in doing their work or doing collective work, doing a combination of it. It's all interwoven, it's all interconnected. And we are making such huge progress. Back in early 2024, I had this profound experience where I witnessed the rebirthing of the new harmonic reality. It changed me fundamentally. I have not been the same since I had that very strong experience. Now, what happened last weekend was this alchemizing of all the other energy overlays that we've been operating in massively since 2020, but it goes back much further than that. It's been a distortion within the relationship template, but it's also been highly, it's, what more can I say about it? It's just been a whole lot of interference. Come on. There, boy. We're getting to the good part, but we have to be, sorry, I keep coming back on that. We have to be focused and diligent to be able to not go back into the loop like we have done in previous cycles. I don't believe we will, but it will take as much of us that can stay conscious to work on anchoring and stabilizing that timeline, and that is what I see is happening in real time. The overlays are coming out. We're having more and more experiences of the new harmonic, which is already available. We're migrating into that. So basically, I saw or witnessed more of the dismantling of the pods that I've been talking about for the last 12 to 18 months. A huge number of releasing from the pods of masculine energy. Huge. This happened last weekend, and I've seen the reverberation in the field ever since. It's really created, because once that process of the consciousness that has been utilized in that place starts to come back, it is probably very unsettling for the individual. It's going to bring up all their truths, their things that they haven't wanted to look at or see. It's going to come up. So it's like a deep purification process. It's not a punishment. It's a reset back to the correct template. But it depends on how much trauma has been accumulated, or how much density has been accumulated in the individual of how that process will play out. So we've got to be kind and compassionate, but it's also taking this guided action in the steps that we are intuitively led. So there's been a lot of stomach stuff happening, a lot of solar plex, like reclaiming power. I think it's perfect as we move into August, and the lions, the feline energies that are really ramping up. So as I saw that, it was like a two-part process. So as I said, what I witnessed, sorry, I'll wait for this train to go past. What I witnessed in the beginning of 2024, I was told that was the feminine anchoring that new harmonic frequency in. And we've been interweaving that ever since. The two-part process that I didn't realize until last weekend was the masculine energy holding the polarity on the other end has now started to go through this recoding, and then they meet and connect and they can re-harmonize together. So this is hugely monumental. This is kind of what I anticipated coming into this month, but I didn't know how it was going to play out until I witnessed it, and I can see it's taking place. Whoop. There was something in the bushes there. Don't mind us. There's something taking place, and how I see that is a framework, an architecture that has been hooked in for so long that hasn't allowed an expansion. It's been like a cage, essentially. It's like all the framework just got unhooked from the earth. It's been loosened. It's been extracted. Extracted. So now it's a part of just the clearing and the transforming, and it's going to reharmonize. So it's a real focus on masculine energy at present, and then it will kind of flicker back, and it will probably next month will reharmonize back into both. But I know it's been really hard and very challenging and quite discombobulating because the nature of reality is shifting so quickly. You probably feel like you can't catch up, because it's like, I feel like we've got these markers to hit, and we are hitting them, but it's putting in overtime. So if you're exhausted, if you've got a lot going on, and outside of just your regular 3D world, lots of vivid dreams, you know, we're working around the clock, and it's paying off, it's working. Now, the final thing that I will say, while scrolling social media this morning, I had to take a double, it was a mainstream media video, and I had a double take. I was like, what? And it was a dragon flying in an orange sky, and the caption said dragon in inverted commas flying in, and I think it was an AI, I think, dragon in Scotland. I didn't actually read the article, but then I realized, you know, it was in preparation for Commonwealth Games like that. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I had a dream in 2024 that before we go through a significant solar activation, that there would be a series of events that would take place that would show that we were on target, on trajectory. And I actually didn't want to know. I didn't want to see it. In the dream, I was asked, do you want to see it? And I said no. And I was shown anyway. I wrote a post about it a couple of years ago. I was shown dragons in the sky. The sky would go orange and there would be dragons flying in the sky. I was like, oh, are you kidding? When I saw this one, I'm like, are you kidding me? That is insane. I mean, I know it wasn't a real dragon, but hey, like, that's a very significant marker. And does that mean that that's something that might happen in an organic way coming soon? Who knows? But that gave me absolute delight to know that times are changing. I'm very optimistic about the future, but I know we still got to keep our eye on the long-term prize. We're working towards it, and each day we're getting that little bit closer, and that's because of the work that you are all doing. So I just want to express my gratitude to all of you. I hope you've held through with this video. I know it's been hopefully it's been clear enough to hear and listen to, and hopefully you haven't got too dizzy with the wobbling. But I hope you've enjoyed walking with me in Parky through our bushland, and I will come back and connect with you all soon. More updates. All right, much love. Bye.